Hey guys, welcome to another session of Ask Auntie Nella. I'm going to wait for some of you guys to get on, and once you get on, we'll get into this topic. But, you know, I scroll through Facebook a lot, and I see a lot of things going on Facebook, and so I wanted to chat with the ladies. I know I get a lot of questions in my inbox in regards to how to meet a man, how to keep a man, what do I need to do? Just questions surrounding, just men, and most of my questions come from women in regards to men. And so I wanted to get on here and just chat a little bit. I'm an old-fashioned Southern girl, and so some things I think, if you don't know, then you can't fix it. And so I'm going to wait for, a little bit for you guys to get on here. And once you guys get on, we'll get into the topic. But in the meantime, while we're waiting for you guys to come on, share with your friends that Ask Auntie Nella is on live. Let them know, tune in, share, invite some of your friends to my page, add them to my page. Go to my YouTube channel and subscribe. On my YouTube channel, I appreciate the people who have subscribed on there already, and I appreciate you guys who have, added people to my Facebook page. So continue to do that. And then once we get a couple of people on here, we'll get in here. As you come on, say hi. Continue to say hi, and let me know that you're on so I can say hi back to you. Keep me posted. Let me know what's going on. So let me know. But I do want to connect with, ladies. I think a lot of times we as women kind of disconnect ourselves and don't realize that we're disconnecting ourselves from, things. So I definitely want to connect with you guys and give you guys some, some stuff that'll help you along the way. Because sometimes we can make mistakes and do things and don't realize that we're making those mistakes. So with that being said, are we ready to go? Do we got enough people on here?
Yeah, you can start.
All right, so we're going to go ahead and get started. One of the topics I definitely want to talk about, want to talk about was respecting yourself. I do see a lot of young ladies that are on Facebook that, do a lot of things that are risque or, have dress or showing too much, a little bit of cleavage, but whatever they're doing. A lot of times what happens when you do that, then what you do is you set yourself up for a man that you could have been potential for that man. But because you're doing some of that, then that might cause that man to X you out of the picture. And so it's important to know that you want to respect yourself. You also don't want to put a label on your back. And what that means is you don't want to walk around with a reputation. A reputation is hard to come back from. It's hard to come back from. A man could gain a reputation and get heroes behind his reputation, but a woman's going to keep that ugly stripe with her reputation, and it's going to follow her. So it's key, and it's important to make sure that while you're, mingling and trying to find Mr. Right, you want to make sure that you're respectful to yourself. So the next man or, the next man that comes along, that he's going to respect you enough and feel like you deserve to be respected. You can't ask for a man to respect you if you don't respect yourself in your temple. If you don't respect you, then you can't even part your lips to come to me and say, auntie, you should respect me. Now, I can't respect you because you're respecting yourself. Respect is something that you want to, make sure that you're putting out there. Because if you put that, I respect myself, then somebody else is going to come along and respect you back. So you have to believe and know that you're out there. Somebody needs to respect you. Everybody needs to respect you, because that's the way I'm putting myself out there, to be respectful. And I don't want to bust a bubble and make people think like, oh, I'm young, I should be having fun and I should be kicking it. I'm going to get lit. Well, that's fine if that's what you choose to do. But you have to understand, when you're putting out that disrespectful scent about yourself, you're going to get that scent back. And so once that person comes along and don't give you that respect, you mad, you pissed. I can't believe, he disrespected me. Well, you disrespected yourself first. And so because you disrespected yourself first, you didn't force that person to give you that respect. But now because you disrespected yourself, you just assume that person owe you that respect. No, that's not how life goes, baby. That's not how life goes. You have to give yourself, you have to respect you in order for somebody else to respect you. If you don't respect you, they're not going to respect you. You have to respect yourself. You have to make sure that you're doing stuff and while you're doing it in the sense of, you know what? I will make sure I'm going to live life. I'm going to have fun, but in the same token, I'm not going to lose some of my self-worth in the process. I'm not going to lose some disrespect in the process. Another thing is I see that people struggle a lot with loving who you are. Love who you are to the core. I mean, the good, the bad, the ugly. Love who you are. A lot of people want to size themselves up to what's on television, what type of shape they have on television, how they look on television. Be you. God made you uniquely you. So be who you are. I can't be a size 9 because I want to be. I can be a size 9 if I want to be and I work hard at it. But it doesn't mean me being a size 9 is going to change who I am. I'm still Trinella. I'm still Auntie Nella. I'm still going to be that same person. I'm never going to change. But in the same token, you don't let television, you don't let stars, you don't let a friend, you don't let other people change who you are because you need to be true to you. It's important to be true to you. If you don't love you, then you can't expect somebody else to love you. Work hard on finding who you are. Work hard on loving you. Whether you see somebody and you like somebody, you're like, you know what, I'm just going to approach them and they shut you down. Well, I'm done. I've been shut down. I'm done trying to, question or talk to somebody. No, everybody's not going to like you. Everybody is not going to be like, yeah, thanks for stopping. We're going to, have a dinner date. We're going to do this. Everybody's not going to do that. Know that there's going to come a time in your life that you're going to get shut down. Be okay with that. Be okay. It doesn't mean that person was like, well, she ugly or, she fat. That's their choice. If that's the reason why they chose not to give you a date, don't change who you are. Because if you change who you are to please somebody else, then guess what? You are not living your life for you. You're living your life for somebody else's identity. Create your own identity, walk in your own destiny, because at the end of the day, you have to live with you. When you wake up and look in the mirror, you're not looking at Beyonce. When you wake up in the mirror, you're not looking at Sierra. When you wake up in the mirror, you're not looking at Carly B. Make sure you live your life for you. You can't live your life for everybody else. Love who you are. You're a beautiful creature. God made you that way. Everybody has imperfections. Everybody have issues. Some people are out issues that you can see on the outside, and some people have issues that you can't see. But there's an issue behind every woman. We have so many insecurities, and we carry so many insecurities that we wind up walking around looking ugly simply because we have all the weight of the insecurities on our shoulders. And so you have to shake that. If you don't shake it, then what you're doing is you're putting that image of somebody else out there, but not who you are, and you're not happy with you. Be happy with you and be true with who you are. Because at the end of the day, when Mr. Right Dude comes along, he have a unique woman. He has a unique young lady. He has a unique wifey that he's gonna, wife up. So you have to look at the bigger picture and know that the outcome of it all is you have to be happy with you, whatever size you are. Because if you're not happy with you in your size, and you're in the way you look, then nobody else can be. You can't sell you to me if you're not happy. How can I buy a piece of your happiness if you're not selling you to me? So it's important to make sure you sell you with the most important piece of what you are and how you are. You're selling it, and you're making sure you're letting people know, I'm happy regardless of what you think about me. I'm happy regardless of how you look at me. I'm still living, I'm still breathing, I'm still walking, I'm still striving, I'm still succeeding. Whether you like it or you don't like it. And that's the struggle that I have with a lot of young people today. A lot of young people today care about what people, think about them. A lot of young people fall into depression because they're so focused on what people have to say about them. They're so focused on what people think about them. Again, at the end of the day, be happy with who you are. Because let me tell you something. They talked about Jesus Christ. So what makes you think that they're not going to talk about you?
Amen.
So at the end of the day, be content and happy with who you are. There's people who probably don't like Auntie Nella, but Auntie Nella is going to keep it real at the end of the day. You could like me or not like me. I'm happy with who I am. I'm perfect the way God made me. I may not have what the public thinks or what society thinks that how I should look, that they think I should look that way and I should be happy with the way they want me to look. No. I'm happy with me and me only. So the other thing I'm going to say is when you're doing stuff that's not being respected to your temple, the struggle that you run into is at the end of the day, you're doing all that stuff. And when you go home, you're not happy. You're not happy. I don't care who you are. You are not happy. You could tell people all day long, oh, I'm content with where I'm at. Oh, I'm fine with what I'm doing. I don't care what people think. You do. You do. And the reason why I say that is because when you have a person who's on social media and they're constantly posting, I ain't gonna say nude pictures, but exposing themselves, or they're constantly taking, headshots or butt shots or boob shots or whatever, you're not happy with who you are. Because what you're looking for while you're doing that is you're looking for attention from Facebook. You're looking for them likes from Facebook. And what you don't realize is those people don't value you because of that picture that you put out. Those people are not looking beyond that picture. They just see the superficial piece of it. Oh, she hot. Oh, she's showing me, she's giving me everything that, I'm looking for before I could even, dig deep and try to tap into her mind and have a decent conversation with. She's giving me everything I need. At that point, all that guy is thinking about is, she's an easy target. So then you struggle with trying to figure out, why is it that I can't find Mr. Right? You can't find Mr. Right because Mr. Right probably is looking right at you, but you so busy exposing everything to everybody else. Mr. Right don't want to deal with that. Mr. Right ain't trying to compete with nobody else. So it's important to make sure you take some time to think about what you're doing, because this stuff will follow you. And then when you're labeled and there's an X on your back and people are shoo-shooing about you, I don't know why they talking about me. I thought you didn't care. I don't care who you are. You care about what people say. People will say it all day long. I don't care about what nobody say. I don't care about what they say. I'm grown. Yeah, you grown. But in the same token, a grown reputation will follow you for the rest of your life. And you'll be a single female out here looking for Mr. Right, can't find Mr. Right, but dealing with Mr. Wrong all the time because you've created a reputation. A reputation will follow you, and that's not something, I tell people this all the time. A reputation is not something you want to have to fight against when you're looking for love, when you're looking for a Mr. Right. That's not something you want to have to fight against, because then it's a struggle. Oh, that was my past. That's what I did in my past. Now he's trying to think in his mind, well, I hope her past don't come back out. So you just have to make sure you put yourself out there and you present yourself like royalty. If you don't present yourself that way, then again, you can't expect somebody else to lay the red carpet out for you. Well, I'm going to lay the red carpet out for you when you're laying the red carpet out for yourself. Be content and happy with who you are. You don't have to do all that stuff, showing cleavage, showing this, doing that, simply to get a man. Because the man you're going to attract with those pictures are going to be the one man that you don't want. All he's going to do, steal your cookies and leave you with a bunch of crumbs. And you're going to wake up the next day looking, oh, I'm going to give me some cookies and milk, and realize all you're going to have is some crumbs and milk. So it's important to make sure you are 110% happy with who you are and working on you. You have to work on you. Don't bounce from relationship after relationship after relationship without working on who you are. I say that often. And the reason why I say it often and I'm drilling it to you guys often is simply for this reason. You can't be great in a marriage. You can't be great in a relationship unless you've worked on you and swiped the past out the way. The struggles that you had in the past with a past relationship, don't try to bring that on to a new relationship, because the struggles that you have with that new relationship, and you're bringing past baggage onto that new relationship, you will never be able to grow. And the reason why you will never be able to grow is because you're stuck in that black cloud that you never cleared. You stuck in that black cloud that you never cleared to allow you to move forward. So you have to allow yourself the time to heal. You have to allow yourself the time to cleanse. You have to allow yourself the time to know who you are. You have to allow yourself to know that you're worth it. You have to. Because if you don't set yourself up to know that you are, then you can't expect a man to validate you. You have to validate yourself. It's important to do it. If you don't do it, then you can. It's no different than I'm selling a product. How am I going to convince you to buy a product or my product when I can't even sell it? So it's important to know that you need to do everything you need to do to make sure whenever Mr. Right comes along, you've done the work, you've set yourself up so you will allow your marriage to grow and be great. Allow your relationship to grow and be great. You have to allow that. If you don't allow it and you don't trust in you and believe in you, then again, you can. Self-worth is something that you have to know that you're important. You have to know that you're worth it. You have to know that you're not going to let a man come along and destroy you and feel like you're the reason why he destroyed you. No. You have to know your self-worth is something that you need to keep and build yourself up. If you don't build yourself up, then you can't expect somebody else to build you up. You have to. You have to love everything about you. All your curves, everything about you. You have to love it. If you don't love everything about you, then again, you can't sell it to me if you can't sell it to yourself. Self-worth is one thing. One thing is self-worth means self-worth. Yourself means you're worth it. And if you don't feel like you have set yourself up or you're unsure about if you're not worth it, reach out to some girlfriends. Have a chat. Have a conversation. Girlfriends are key. One of the things I will tell you about girlfriends is you can have a conversation with a girl and, pour your heart out, and they can connect with you, because most girls struggle. I don't care who you are. You've had a struggle in your life. Guys are a little bit different. Guys not chatty where they're going to, be calling up a dude and be like, man, I can't believe I don't know what's going on with me, blah, blah. They're not going to do that. But girls, we need that. We need that. And so that's why it's important to have a sisterhood and have a sisterhood that you can trust and believe in, that you can have a conversation. They're going to give you the real and the 100% real. Because if you got a friend or a girlfriend or a sister that's going to, wash it down and not, give you all the goodies of what you need to know and won't be real with you, then it's a waste of time. It's a waste of time, because what that person is doing is that person is setting you up for failure. That person is completely setting you up for failure because they're not telling you the truth. You're not going to always be right. You have to take time to, be able to give and take. Even in a friendship with your, girlfriends, you have to be able to give and take. You're not going to be right all the time. But one key thing I will tell you is you have to do. If you're in your group with the sisterhoods and you're asking a question, you have to be patient and sit and listen. Listening is key, because somebody's going to tell you something that's going to make you connect, that's going to create a light bulb in your head, and then at that point, you're going to realize, wow, I didn't see it. You can't always see everything about you. You can't. So it's always key and okay for somebody else to come along and say, you know what, here's what I'm seeing. You know, I just feel like, you know what, you doing a little bit too much. You showing a little bit too much. It's not that they hating. The first thing this new generation is, oh, she hating on me. Oh, he hating on me. No, they not hating on you. They just trying to tell you something real. But because you caught up in this bubble of thinking everybody hating on you, you're not even allowing yourself to see the opportunities that that person is trying to tell you in order for you to fix it.
All right. We have, and this is way from the beginning, Bridget said hello.
Hello.
Corey said hello.
Hello.
Mia said right. Renelle said, hey, sis.
Hey, y'all.
Mia said, church.
Yes.
Renelle said, hi, everyone. Nikisha said, yes, run.
Hey, run.
Renelle said, real talk. Nikisha said, tell the truth. Mm-hmm. Mia said, yes.
You just have to, you have to know that you're important. You have to know that you're important. Whether you put yourself in a situation and you expect or you think that that situation is important to you, and you're fighting for it. But if you ever take some time and step back and look and think to yourself, am I fighting harder for this situation than this situation is fighting for me? Then you need to drop it. Because you can't fight for a situation if two people is not willing to fight. You can't. And you can't expect somebody to give you respect if you're not willing to give yourself respect. It bugs me to the core that this new generation thinks it's okay to go with any and everything. It's free. Oh, I could do what I want. Oh, I could have who I want. I'm fine and content. I could bang who I want. You can, but what you're doing is you're stripping yourself of your self-worth, beloved. You're stripping yourself of your self-worth. And the key to that is when you're at home and you're sitting in that bed and it's just you, I can almost guarantee you are sitting there in deep pain. Because nobody can go around and continue to create hurt on themselves and continue to think that they're going to live life and they're going to be happy and content. You fooling yourself. You ain't fooling nobody else but yourself. Because when you behind closed doors and all your girlfriends got their boyfriends, they booze, they husband, and you ain't got nobody, that's when you're going to dig deep and try to figure out, well, why is it that I don't have nobody? Well, you don't have nobody because you put yourself out there disrespectful. You put yourself out there disrespectful. Another thing, you have girls that will be content with being a side piece. You have them to be okay. Well, you know what? Well, he, hit me up and, I know he got a girlfriend. Well, here's the thing, though. Either two things going to happen out of that situation. He's never going to leave the girlfriend or the wife. You're going to be a side piece for a lifetime as long as you allow him. Or he's never going to respect you enough to boo you up. And if he do boo you up, you're going to lose him the same way you got him. So don't think that, oh, she wasn't treating him right. He said she was doing. Let me tell you something. A man going to say what a man need to say to get to your goodies. He going to say whatever there is, he needs to say, do whatever he need to do to get to your goodies. Don't be secondary for nobody. Because at the end of the day, secondary is not where it's at. You will constantly struggle in your mind, when would I get to be the primary? And if you're willing to accept that secondary, I can almost tell you, if the primary opportunity come up, it's because Miss Right or that wife done figured it out and left them. So now you think, oh, I'm primary now. No, boo, you're not primary. His wife just let him go. So because his wife let him go, you the only one that's been there sticking by him side piece. So he gonna take you as primary for now until he finds somebody else. And then he's gonna make you secondary again, and they're gonna be primary. So that's why it's key to love everything about you. Love who you are. Don't, when somebody comes to you and a dude's coming to you and they're trying to tell you some stuff and something's wrong, you need to step back and be like, I'm not moving past that.
All right. We got Raynell. She wrote, great topic. We got Mia, I need to be number 1.
Yep.
2 is not a winner, and 3 nobody remembers.
Correct.
Come on, girl.
All right.
Lawrence, some people don't feel secure, so they play being secondary. Bridget wrote, preach. Adriana wrote, hey boo.
Hey boo. I would say some people are. You're absolutely right. Some people don't feel like they're good enough to be primary, so they will stand for secondary. But here's the problem: the reason why you don't feel you can be primary is because there's insecurities that's on your shoulders. There's your self-worth that's been stripped. Something's broken you down to that point for you to feel like it's okay to be a side piece and be secondary. Nobody in their right mind wants to continue to be secondary. So if you put yourself in a situation and you can't ever be primary for a long time, but you can count down the times that you've been secondary, then you need to start checking yourself. You need to start saying, what kind of sin am I putting out there? What kind of image am I putting out there? What am I representing for me? Who am I who when it comes down to what am I repping? Am I repping the side piece side or the primary side? I'm repping something wrong. And so if I'm on this side piece side, then I need to start checking myself. And that's why it's key to cut it out and say, you know what? I need to work on me.
Come on through, girl.
I need to work on me. You got to work on you.
We got Raynell. Yes, never be happy with second place. And Melanie wrote, my Lord.
Yep. You should never be happy to be secondary to no one. No one. Let me tell you something. Hurt will happen for a short amount of time. But I will promise you, when you get yourself right and you get out of a situation, you're going to be happy as heck. Happy as heck. And you got dudes around here married and dudes dating girls, but they're still in other people's inboxes on Facebook. They're still doing all kind of stuff. Let me tell you something. If you don't shut that down, then you're setting yourself up. These chicks are setting themselves up. Stop setting yourself up to be labeled as a secondary. You might think you getting, whoever for, a primary moment, but I will promise you, you can't keep them. You cannot keep them if you got them that way. If you got them and you stay secondary for a little while until you move to that primary position, then there's no way you're going to keep them. You will lose them the same way you got them. So that's why I say it's important to love everything about you, because if you love everything about you, let me tell you something. No BS can come your way. Nobody can spit BS to you, because if they spit BS, you going to smell that stink. And when you smell that stink, you going to run the other way.
We have Melanie Shro. Yes, must work on yourself. This toe. Oh, hey, toe girl.
Hey, girl.
You attract what's inside of you. And then we got Mia. She wrote, yep. Melanie, amen, and no BS.
Yeah, you can't you know what? A lot of times women have an instinct. We have an instinct, and we know something about that instinct. But a lot of times we allow love and that good to stop us from realizing that instinct that, we have. That instinct like, nope, run. But know what we do? We run right into the arms of the stank. And then when we dealing with the stank, we're like, Lord, I should have known better. I should have known. No, what happens is you wind up allowing the maze of the phase of love to get in the way. So everything becomes cloudy. Everything become a little lost. And so before you know it, you caught up in the web of love, and then you're like, oh, I don't know which way to go. I want to move on, but I can't move on. Let me tell you something. If you're not feeling like a queen in your situation, if you're not treated like a queen in your situation, if you don't feel like royalty in your situation, baby, you need to keep on moving. Because at the end of the day, if your spouse can't allow you to feel like you're a queen, if your spouse can't make you feel like you're royalty, then you can't expect somebody else to do it. Because what's going to happen is If that person is not making you feel that way, any old Tom, Dick, and Harry gonna come your way and tell you something, and you're gonna be like, yeah, and before you know, you're on the bandwagon. So you just have to make sure you take time for yourself.
We have, Lord, y'all, I can't know who is who, okay, unless nobody can spit. Shh. Renell wrote, big amen.
Yes, you just have to. I'm gonna wrap it up, and I want to wrap it up with you guys. And I want to do this. I really want to do a ladies chat because it breaks my heart. It breaks my heart to see a lot of young ladies thinking it's okay with everything that they're doing. And so I needed to have this session to talk to you guys because I just feel like the old-fashioned, and I shouldn't really say old-fashioned because it should be the way it should be. I just think the approach of the way the new generation of kids and young ladies, the approach that the way they approach life is a little bit crazy to me when it comes to it. Some of them, when it comes to it, they approach life from the wild side. They approach life from the wild side. But at some point when you get up in age, you're going to want to come in and you're going to want, to have you settle down, have you, Mr. Right. You're going to want that. You're going to want a relationship that's deeply loved by the both of you. You're going to want that. But the struggle that you're going to have is if you go too deep in your youth, then you're going to set yourself up that you're going to be fighting with that for eternity. You're going to be fighting with that struggle. You're going to be fighting with trying to figure out, what? That was my past. I don't understand why my past keep creeping up in, the present. Well, you've done some stuff that, he may have to question it. He may have to ask.
All right. We got Lawrence. He wrote, right? Melanie wrote, at the end of the day, the spouse should be the one who mainly assures security in the marriage.
Yeah. You have to. He needs to make you feel wanted. He needs to make you feel appreciated. He needs to make you feel like you're a queen who you are. He has to. But I also want people to know you shouldn't sit around and wait for a man to make you feel all of those things about yourself. Making you feel appreciated and all that other stuff. Yes, you want your mate to make you feel, but knowing who you are and loving you, you need to make sure you know that yourself, because that's something that you have to instill in yourself. He can assure you, but if you're not confident in knowing it, then it's not going to work. So you have to work. It's a 50-50 when it comes to you have to work. But yeah, your king should be making you feel like you're royalty.
All right. And we also have Latoria. Sometimes we get caught up in the idea of a person and it prevents us from seeing reality.
Correct. That's 100% right. We get so focused on whatever they have to offer, whatever they're giving us, whatever they're doing for us, that we lose focus. And that's the key. If you go into a situation and your temple has a perfect foundation, your temple is set up for greatness, I promise you, nobody can spit BS to you. Nobody can pull a wool over your eyes. Nobody can't try to play you. Because at the end of the day, you done seen it. You see it coming before it hits you. And so if you set yourself up and take time out for you, then you won't allow yourself to fold for anything.
We have right now, she wrote yes. Melanie wrote that's good. 50-50.
You have to have it have to go as both. We as women a lot, we struggle with, wanting our mate to, wine and dine us, and want our mate to encourage us and all this stuff. But you know what? It goes both ways. There's men out there who want encouragement from their wives too. So I don't want, or their spouses too. So I don't want you guys to think that this is all just for the man to do. You know what I'm saying? Also for the women, you will work better as a partner if it's 50-50. I support you, you support me. We support each other. If you got that 50-50 thing going on, I promise you can't do nothing but win, because guess what 50-50 turns into 100%. And you can't get no greater than that. And so you just want to make sure that you two are working as a team, but working in unison. You have to work as a team and working in unison. And so that's the part that's key. So with that said, let me wrap it up. I just have to wrap it up right quick and say this. And this is for these young ladies out here that's on Facebook, that's on Snapchat, that's on Instagram, that's doing everything under the sun. If you think sending a nude picture, if you think taking nude pictures, putting it on Facebook or half dressed, gonna get you somewhere, no, it won't get you anywhere. It's gonna get your heart broken and your good is gone. And so it's important to know that if a man is coming to you and saying, oh, send me a pic, a man is calling you at midnight and saying, you know what, I just want to come over. You know what he think of you? You're an easy target. I'm going to get what I want and keep it moving.
All right. And I'm going to read these comments and we're going to end this out. And I want y'all to show us some love while I read these comments. We have Mia. She wrote, yes, that's real. Know that. Raynell wrote, exactly. Agreed. Mm-hmm. Lauren wrote, some women just want to have fun and not be in a serious relationship. Some men ain't. Ish.
Let me stop right there. Wait. No. I have to say, that's bullcrap. And I'm going to tell you why that's bullcrap. Women will say, that's you know true. What, I don't want, no, listen, there's women who will say, I don't want to be in a relationship, or I don't, I just want to have fun. That's bullcrap. I don't care who you are. At some point in your life, you're going to want somebody. You're going to want somebody that's the opposite sex that you could have a companionship with, that you could have longevity with. I don't care who you are. You're saying that now, but in the long run, I promise you that. No woman lives in this world and think, you know what, I was born in this world to be by myself and I'm content. I'm just going to have fun. Lies.
All right, once again, you guys, to end this video,
I'm going to read
this last comment.
I couldn't let that one go.
We also have Melanie. She wrote, two are powerful and a union can be blessed.
Absolutely.
That is correct. So we're going to end this video out.
Yes.
And I want y'all to show her some love. And we're getting ready for Auntie Nella After Dark.
Yes.
So you guys,
and I'm gonna come right back on after this with After Dark, but After Dark topic is gonna be I constantly think about sex. Is that okay? Sex is always on my mind. And so I want to jump into that. You guys come with your questions. Send some love my way. Don't forget to YouTube. Like I said, you go to my YouTube channel, Ask Auntie Nella. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Invite some of your friends. Share my posts. I really appreciate you guys for sharing my post. And we're going to jump into After Dark after this. So come on back with After Dark because Auntie Nella is ready. My guns are rolling and I'm ready to give you some straight answers.